Hi there. So today we're going to be talking about how to introduce the first bite of meat after you've been vegan or vegetarian for a long time. If you're watching this video, you've probably already made the decision to introduce or reintroduce meat into your diet. Congratulations. Never feel guilty for prioritizing your health. The transition is not easy and it takes time. For those who want to make it a little bit easier, maybe do it a bit faster, I urge you to work with a health coach, maybe an ex-vegan health coach like myself. If you want to work with me, the link is below. Okay, so one of the issues that comes up sometimes is the following. So Samir, someone may say, I agree with you that I should reintroduce meat into my diet. I've just been vegan or vegetarian for so long that I don't know how to go about it. Will that first bite of meat make me sick? The short answer to that is I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows. We won't know until after you try it, right? But don't let the fact that we don't know discourage you from taking that first bite of meat. Life in general is about trial and error. We never proceed unless we, make some mistakes, right? Think about riding a bicycle. It's not about not falling. It's about trying to fall in a kind of safe way so you don't break an arm or something, and then getting back on the bike and trying again. So when I first did this, I tell you my own experience, not because I think it was well done. In fact, I would do it very differently. But just to share my own experience about how I started eating meat again. About 9 years ago, I started with fish. I made a nice big fish curry with coconut milk and rice. The result of that meal was that I ended up getting quite tired. I slept for about 2.5 hours, maybe longer. This was in the middle of the day. I'm someone who doesn't really take naps as a rule. I still don't know exactly what happened. I can guess that it may have just been the digestive system having to work overtime. But also there's an aspect of mindset in the sense that I was really nervous about that meal, right? There was a lot of buildup in that meal. I bought, fresh fish from the best source I could find. My body and mind were just relieved that I had finally taken this decision. I think that's part of it too. And that brings me to the second point, which is that, look, this particular meal, your first meal with meat, this may influence your relationship with meat for a long time to come. May not, but it may. So what I want you to do is ask a very simple question. What's the food that I missed the most? What wasn't I eating before that I can now eat, now that I'm going to adopt a less restrictive way of eating, right? For some people, I don't care if that's a McDonald's hamburger or a slice of Domino's pizza. For some people, it may be a homemade grilled cheese sandwich. For some people, it might be a piece of fish or a steak or something. I don't actually care so much what that is, but I care that you do yourself a favor and you allow yourself to have that one meal that you're going to really enjoy, something that you've been craving without worrying too much about the ethics, about the impact on your body, about the environment, about anything else, right? I would ask you to do it at a time when you're not under too much stress, when you can take a bit of time out of your day, you can relax a bit, let your body adjust. Also, maybe for this meal, just focus on quality over quantity. What do I mean by that? Just have one portion. Don't go back for seconds. It's better to have an experience that you really enjoy than to potentially overdo it, get too excited about it, and end up making yourself sick in some way, right? So now you've had the meal. Once you've had the meal, it's all about adjusting. How do you feel about everything? How does your system feel after an hour? How does it feel after 2 hours? How does it feel the next day? Maybe something in that meal didn't agree with you at all. Well, in that case, maybe, the following day or that day, you're going to try a different kind of food altogether. And it's important as you're doing this to really keep a food diary. Because if you don't keep track of what agrees with you and what doesn't, it's very difficult, right? What do I mean by that? I mean, let's say for the sake of argument, you tried a steak that first day and it really didn't agree with you, had a stomach upset and so on. You have two choices at that point. One is that you could introduce some supplements, maybe some betaine hydrochloride, which is to improve stomach acid, maybe some bile salts, which will help you to digest fat, maybe something else. So you could try it with the same meal. But I think in the short term, the best choice is, okay, fatty beef isn't working for me. Let's try something else. Should we try lean beef? Should we try chicken? Should we try fish? Should we try something else? In the short term. And then eventually you can, in 60 days, 90 days, you can reintroduce that meal that didn't agree with you, whatever it may be. And what you'll often find is that now your digestion is working much better. You can handle that meal in a way that you couldn't. So just to sum up, what I'd say is that, for this first meal, just don't overthink it too much. Eat what you want to eat. Don't go for seconds, but have a full serving. Give your body what it's been craving, and then later on we can assess, and we can make incremental adjustments going forward. So with that, I'm Samir. I'm a health coach and a PhD student. I'll see you next time.